Hello, fellow MSPs. On Thursday, March 5th, we had a study group via GoToMeeting. The exchange of ideas, I feel, went very well. So here is a brief recap. We went over available resources. I presented the Medical Staff Services Handbook, Fundamentals and Beyond by Gassett, Searcy, and Giles as a very good reference. I also recommended Verify and Comply, a quick reference guide for credentialing standards by Carol S. Carnes. Also, the National Association of Medical Staff Services has extensive resources, and the most important resource I saw on that website was the NAMS comparison of standards. It's a good idea if you have the time to take a CPCS preparation course. Review the 2015 Candidate Handbook. I created an outline based on pages 11 and 12 of the Candidate Handbook and separated it into 3 different areas that we wanted to study. I can't overemphasize the Candidate Handbook enough. It has some really good tips on what to expect on the exam. And lastly, membership to the NAMS Association has its benefits. So if you're not already a member, you might want to consider thinking about it, even if you do it just for 1 year to see how it is. I am a member. I advocate for it. I think it's a good idea. And also, I went to the NAMS conference and learned a lot more about the industry just by attending the conference and listening to the lectures. That's why I took the preparation course, and I highly recommend it. Looking forward to Seattle 2015. Also, while you're preparing for this course or this exam, go to Google, go to YouTube, see what you might find out there that could help. Another great reference is the Roberts Rules of Order. You could probably check this book out at your local library or pick it up at a bookstore of your choosing. It's a good idea to look over. There are some questions regarding the Roberts Rules of Order. And I think it's worth picking up. Know your learning style. We went over this last session, and I am a visual learner, so by seeing something, making flashcards, know your learning style before you start studying. It could help you learn things more efficiently. There's a website here on this slide. It's a University of Australia website. It has a really good handout and a self-assessment and some pretty good tips in it. I recommend visiting it before you embark on your studying, just so that you can study more efficiently. The exam is broken down into 3 different categories: credentialing and privileging, ongoing monitoring, supporting department operations. We went over credentialing and privileging, which is, you could see, a good majority of the test. This next session, I hope to cover ongoing monitoring and have another GoToMeeting the following Thursday that covers supporting department operations, and we can go over Robert's Rules of Orders, legal aspects of the medical staff services, meeting management, how to audit a credentialing file or practitioners and providers. This is a slide of the initial application process. I'm sure you all are well aware of, but this kind of breaks it down into 9 different steps. It's a good idea to kind of review and know the steps and how the application is routed through. The exam does ask questions about application processes. Know elements of the re-app form. These are just some elements. If you don't see an element in there, just add it to the list. But I broke it down to demographics, elements that have expiration dates, board certs, privileges, new, renew, and revision, to attestation questions, continuing medical education, all have to have a signed and dated release of information, and any other hospital requirements that may be needed. So sending along the reapplication is a little bit slightly different. Does have to go through similar channels. And again, the process and the situation may vary depending on how the application is routed and where it is routed through. Basically, it's medical staff, clinical department chair, then it moves to credential committee, then medical executive committee, finally the governing body for final decision, and the applicant is then notified. Privileging. This was one thing that I thought I had a little bit of trouble with because it wasn't entirely too clear. I didn't make it clear to myself what it was. From what I understand now, it's a mechanism that an organization grants the healthcare provider authority to perform specific procedures or to treat what type of patients. There are three ways a physician can get privileged. And that's through criteria-based privileging, performance-based privileging, or evidence-based privileging. Who must be privileged? All LIPs, basically, and non-LIPs, like PAs, APRNs, others like RN First Assists, and PhDs. Know the difference between privileges and membership. Privileges describe the clinical and patient care activities. Membership carries rights and responsibilities. You can have privileges and not be granted membership. An example of this case is like an AHP or somebody who works remotely, like telemedicine. Conversely, you can be granted membership without having privileges. And in this case, you can see this in honorary memberships. That means physicians that no longer practice but still want to be members of the hospital organization. You also have affiliate memberships, and these doctors do practice, but they cannot follow their patients in the hospital. So let me hear what you have to say. I'm always welcome to feedback. Other presenters that like to speak during our study groups, your experience, or any questions and brainstormings that we can take on and then come back with on the next session. The questions that I received were, what were the differences between the accreditation standards? And this is a great question, and this is where the NAMS comparison of accreditation standards comes in. I highly recommend you get yourself a copy of it. You can obtain it from the NAMS website. Quizlet has great resources. They have some questions that people have put up. So go ahead and look up Quizlet. Look forward to seeing everybody and collaborating with everybody on the next session. Again, if you have any emails, bring them up on the next session. Have a great day or a great evening. Thank you very much.